Alright, what's up guys? How's it going? So, wow, yeah, so you can see I've already got 33,000 gems. And again, I don't know. It's actually pretty nuts if you ask me. Like, I've literally bounced back like 10,000 gems in only a couple of days. And that's mostly from like goblins and hitting gym nodes and everything. It's pretty damn crazy how much you can actually get out of that stuff. Plus, you know, hitting the level 5s and everything, that definitely had a huge factor in it. And hey, what's up, Mohammed? Alright, let's see what we get. Oh, man. I don't know, those anniversary gifts have yet to really yield anything of any value to me, but what is it? What? I don't see what you could possibly want. What? I don't know what you want. What? You're not speaking English. Come here. Well, if you don't speak English, I know, you're just like pouting. I know. You pout. Well, you do. Alright, well, anyway. So, I don't know. Of course, let's see here. So we got 31. I know. Quit pouting. I don't know what you want. I don't think I can help you with whatever you want, if that's what you're asking. So no. 37 minutes until that perk's over. Okay. Yeah, hey, what's up, Rodriguez? What's up? What's up, everybody? Oh my goodness, I don't even know where to begin, really. You know, because it's like, I'm loving the goblins and such, because that's nice with the loots and everything. But I'm loving the gemming gremlins most of all. But I just don't know where my gremlins went. I had like a dozen gremlins here, and then everybody took my gremlins. Damn it. Well, anyway. I know, that's what I think too. Yes. Yes, I know. I think that's fucked up. I don't know. Let's see here. I wonder if, hey, what's up, King? Let's see, actually, I'm gonna go ahead and put on, where this is, Champlain. So, I got enough that I can probably print a couple times, you know, not a whole lot. Let me ask if, I think she wants fed. I can't tell. I can't tell. You're hard to figure out. Well, you are. Can't help it, though. No, in all seriousness, though. I mean, yeah, you know, it's with everything and how it currently is, I mean, hang on. I can't think with this cat right now. Hold on, stream. I gotta get her out. Oh, hang on. Well, as per usual. Not food, just wants to go outside. But she can't go outside because it's all cold and rainy, so I let her out, and then she'd be like, oh, I don't want to go outside. And it's like, come on. You bag and you bag and you bag. Trying to save her from her own good. Well, anyway, I'm going to take this off. This stuff's a little too hot for me, if you ask me, anyway. A little much. Well, anyway, so yeah. I don't even know if I need that, to be honest with you. Right, so, yeah, so for what it's worth, right? Trying to bring in more resources. Um... I'm trying to think how I'm going to do this. What do I have currently for a respec? Okay, bye. Okay, catch you later then, Noda. Let's see here. I've got level 4 gather round. Oh, let's see. We could probably hit that level 3. See what we got. Test our luck. I killed almost 50% of him. Okay, we got 2 8-airs. That's not bad. Let's see how much time can I actually cut off now. Ooh, wow. Actually cut off quite a bit. Alright, well, let's go ahead and cut some of that down then. Why don't we? Down to 2 days, almost. Oh, okay, well... Alright then, Noda. I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay, hey, what's up, Bahman? But hi, Noda. See? I said hi. No, as far as cringiness goes, it ain't getting any worse than that, I don't think. I hope. No, but in all seriousness, though, we got some conflicts going on right now with different guild members in different places. And shit's kind of... I don't know. It looks to me like our war with C&M may be coming pretty soon. They changed their name to the HM0, or the Chinese Freemasons. Little weird for a name, but that's currently what they're going with. So it may end up... we might end up in a war with them pretty soon because they don't like MCQ, and MCQ merged with us, so, or a good majority of MCQ merged anyway. And we're probably going to be bringing in allies pretty soon, so there's that. So I don't know. I mean, basically what I'm saying is in probably this week or next week, I'm thinking we're probably going to have a lot of rallies and a lot of war. So, what you're seeing right now is the process by which I'm panicking to try and build up as fast as I can before that war breaks out. Pretty much, anyway. But granted, you know, let me actually bother Duke really quick. That was a loud and obnoxious noise. I'm gonna bother my guild for resources, because I really could use gold and... No, I don't really need stone, I need timber. I got a lot of stone right now. I don't know. Yeah, I'm trying to print as much as I can print. Obviously, yeah, I'm limited to what people spare, which is fine. I'm actually kind of getting to that point where I just want to take my account and everything, move it over to the Hive, and then have people throw resources that they have extras there every day. That's kind of what I'm thinking of doing, but I don't know. Then again, I'm also trying to gather too, and that's just, it's a bitch. Hey, what's up, RV? How's it going? But yeah, I mean, you know, it's just as far as resources are concerned, like burning bags and everything. I don't even like to try and ask for resources usually, but we're at that point where it's like I really don't have many options. Because I can probably use up all of these really quickly. Yeah, there's like 300 mil there. And then I've got like 4 million right there. But not much else. Like, I can't really burn any more of that. Or at least not feel comfortable enough doing it anyway. I could probably use up all of this. And not sweat it, but... Like, ore, I just don't... There's no getting around that. And same thing with gold. There's just no way I'm getting around that. And I'm okay with food. I could always take food, but... I need ore and gold especially. Hey, what's up, Lenny? How's it going? Welcome back, Mohammed. But yeah, I don't know, you know, it's just like the way I'm at it right now, it's just trying to stash. But we're going to probably try and print some, or at least give it a shot. We're going to get some gold in pretty soon. I don't know. I may end up just porting over to them, per se. I mean, I'm thinking maybe that's my best bet. I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and port there, and then I'll message Stemman to just port himself there as well. And I think that's just how I'll do this, because it's easier on everybody. I'm gonna go ahead and inform Stoneman really quickly and let him know. Yeah, I did. I got VIP 15. So, that's the only thing that I did do pretty recently was the gem spending, but that's not too big of a deal, seeing as how I can get 1,000,000 gems again pretty soon. I can do that again. Like, takes a lot of time, but I can do it again. You know, that only took me like a month and a half. 2 months. I can do it again, or get pretty close to it. Because again, you know, it's like in the past week I've already gotten 10,000 gems, and that's from actually getting like in the top 10. And so I'm pulling in like 200 to 300 gems in there every couple hours. There's at least like 10,000 gems in a week I can pull in from that alone. Plus, I've been hunting level 5s and level 4s. So there's a good deal of energy I've been spending here as of late that's helping out a great deal. But seeing as how like I just used up most of that resource beneficiary, then yeah, I mean, that's just kind of the way it is. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna message the guild. I'm at 86,518. I could use gold, or if you ever have spare, I will also take timber stone, but not as. I will also take timber and stone, but that's not what I currently need at the moment. Thanks for all of that. Those who give. I don't know. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm not even gonna, my English is not even gonna help. It doesn't help because we have people that are like in China that are gonna read that translation and then they're gonna like, what? So I'll just make it easy and say thanks. It's easier. At least the one singular translation is universal, and at least that will save me from having to butcher my own wording anyway. Oh wow, he's got 13.8 million on oh my. You know, I honestly ought to ask Rue to give me that bounty. Be like, hey, hey friend, do you wanna spare them a guild, please? And then we'll just go steal his leader again. That's honestly what I would do if it were me. I'd just take the gold and yo. But, you know, obviously that's SGU though. And in case anyone wants to know where SGU is, they're currently hiding out over in, ooh, now that's interesting. So they changed to HM1. So GSR and, what's her truck are now the same guild. What are the odds? So now they've paired up together. Now that is interesting. I did not know. Huh. Okay, so that makes sense. So now GSR and HM1 are one and the same, and HM0 is CNM. Alrighty then. That's an interesting development. What about that guild up north? What about them? Because they're HKG. Don't think anything's changed. I don't think, anyway. At least I certainly hope not. But yeah, obviously, what do I know? You know, it's like it's always a bit of a mix mash. It doesn't look like anything's changed there. What about KY? KY hasn't changed either. Okay, good. Because I was afraid maybe they'd all merged in under the same banner. But that's fine. If GSR and them tie together, that's fine. GSR wasn't that big anyway. They had like 2 tier 4 players. It was not a huge loss. It's really not a noticeable difference. For us, we gained like 7 tier 4 players. So for us, it was like 1 billion might and guild might that we gained. A little more than that, actually. It was like 1.5 billion. It was a pretty huge gain, and we're fixing to bring in a couple of more guilds in, so when that time arrives, that's gonna be that is gonna be significant. I don't know exactly what current plans is on that though. I don't know how everything is going about, but it's really not that big of a deal. Who the hell is this? Is this Joker? Must be. Pretty interesting though. Seeing as how now they're all in the same flag, I guess I'm... Yes, I did. No. No, VIP 15's totally worth it, dude. Most people would look at that and they'd say 1 million gems. Oh my god. But no, seriously, 1 million gems is not that hard to get. Not anymore, anyway. Like, it's... Generally, it's a pain in the ass, but it's not. But, you know. Obviously, it's a lot of gems, but once you have VIP 15, you've got it. Like, now that I've got it, I've got it. And free acceleration for 60 minutes saves a ton of time. Plus all the fucking production boosts and shit. But you need the attack boost most of all. For what I'm doing, it makes plenty of sense. Because if I'm going to go into the rally trap stage, you're gonna want that army attack. You'd be stupid to build up like 1 million fucking troops and then not have those boosts. You're gonna want every little fucking bit you can get, so I'll take the 10%. What did I use them on? Well, cause see, here's the thing. I used about 750k of it on VIP 15, and the remaining 300k I put into troops, and about, I think about 75k into research is what I ended up doing with the gems. I used it so that way I could get like I'm gonna get quick swap 7 here pretty soon. I'm gonna go down here and finish these down here. But most of the gems got thrown into VIP 15. Which, you know, granted, you could wait like fucking ages, dude, and it would go for like fucking days. It shouldn't be the title. Dumbest investment ever. Probably, but you know, to be honest with you, when it comes to VIP 15, dude, it's more worth it than people realize. Like when you have VIP 15, it's between the guy that has it and the guy that doesn't, it's a noticeable difference. There's just a lot to it that you don't get. Because the amount of time you save and the long term is not bad. Because if I was at VIP 13, which is where I was, alright, it was taking me 40 minutes for a free acceleration. So for about 20 minutes, practically, which doesn't sound like a lot, but long term, if it only takes me an hour to research, auto-research everything from here on out till, let's say a couple months down the road, it will pay out pretty good. Well, see, that's the thing, okay? You could have put 1,000,000 gems into research, alright? And that would have been fine. Like, you would have been just fine putting it into research. But in the end, I'm like, alrighty, man. Well, like I said, it's just like, whatever I could have done differently with it, it doesn't really make much of a difference in my case, because I'm still putting gems into research anyway. So I could have done it then or done it later, but if I save the 60-minute versus the 40-minute timeline, frankly, I'm saving it either way I go. It's just I decided to do it now rather than later. Because really, if I had done it later, then I wouldn't be getting the 20-minute gain, which I think is substantially better. Hey, what's up? How's it going? What exactly? He's giving me stone at the moment. Okay. But yeah, I mean, we're going to basically pile up as much as we can possibly pile in. And then we'll print some troops. So right now we're at about 300 mil. That's a good chunk, but we're going to need a lot of ore and a lot of gold. So, and we'll start printing the next batch. That's just it, it's just like the amount that it takes to actually build up that much. It's just stupid funny. It's just, with the 1,000,000 gems that I don't have now, it's like, yeah, I'm sure most people, if you had 1,000,000 gems, you'd probably use it on a bunch of different things. It's just, for this case, I used it on VIP 15 for the most part. But I still used like 150 to 200k of it on different things, on both troops and also on, I don't even think I used, but I probably used no more, no less than like 10k on troops, to be honest with you. I really don't think I put a whole lot into troops. Like it's a sizable amount, but not enough to be like detrimentally highly invested by any means. And I don't think it'll slow me down any, because really, if I can continuously stash gems like I've been doing, I mean, it's probably not going to be that big of a deal anyway, in the end. So we're at, what, 396 right now? Okay. Okay. Thinking, well, one of the things that I am pretty excited about, though, is I'm trying to get this ability down to where it's just a day instead of 16 hours extra. And get it down to where it's only a day. I can pull in 700k across 4 times. So that's, that's like, what, 2.8, almost 3 million across every single day, which is not bad. I think I wouldn't mind having 3 million resources across every day. It'll add up. Obviously, I'm spending it in excess of like a couple hundred mil though at a time, but it's just the way it is. I'll probably ask for chief title here pretty soon. I probably ought to do that actually. So right now the trained soldiers is the current move. Not for the current hell event though. What about the solo? Not the solo either. So hopefully the next event will be a training troop event. And then I can take advantage of that. Train troops. I'm finally running out of 8 hours though on training troop speeds. I'm down like 60 of those. So I'm going to have to start doing 3 hours. Which is fine. I got like, I think 600k gold. Like, I never have much faith for the chests and never have. It's just it never seems to pay out very well for me. Which is kind of a bummer, but I don't know. I mean, I can't really hate it. I like how now I get all these VIP points now, though, and I cannot do anything with them. It's like I kind of want to recycle them for something, but I can't. So they just kind of sit there and stack now. Which I guess is kind of neat, because I guess if there is ever a time where they increase the VIP level, I can use it then. So we're at 65, thereabout. Almost 70 mil. I mean, gold in my case won't burn as quickly as, say, like the other resources. So right now I can say, you get everything it says in the kick chest? Really? Oh, I figured it just gave me 600k. Oh, alright. Well, okay, you have 630,000 gems, and I am not a tier 4 player. What should I do with it? Well, you can either very slowly use it, or... Depends on what you want to do with it, really. You know, because some people would say, oh, burn it on troops, or other people would say, burn it on research, or... You know, I guess some people would be like, keep it, never use it, just let it sit there and look pretty. Fuck it, doesn't matter really at the end of the day. I can tell you that if you put it into troops and your research is shit, that's a waste. So if your research isn't any good, I'd probably recommend putting some of your gems into research. I would want to put more than like 5k at a time though. So if it's more than 5k, I wouldn't bother, but that's coming from me. I mean, yeah, some people would just be like, hit the spam button until it fucking is all gone. And at the end of the day, it's like, I don't know if there's really a right answer for that. Okay, so 3, 3, 52, and 97. So we're going to be really low on this stuff. No matter what I do, it looks like. Could really use ore and gold now. Could really use ore. Hey, what's up, Peter? How's it going? I don't know. I think we're gonna probably print some troops. I don't know. I don't want to pop bags, but I don't have to. So I'll pull up my alt real quick and see if I've got anything. I wonder if my cousin would mind if I borrowed some of his resources. I wouldn't think he'd care, but I could be wrong. I'll probably talk to him about it tonight, probably. I'll just call him and be like, hey bro, you wanna give me like a couple $100 million? He'd probably look at me sideways and be like, no. It's mine. I'd be like, okay. But no, I don't know. What do I know? I just know that I'm gonna need a couple $100 mil. So, and this is probably only gonna print like a 30k batch, if that. Rough estimate is gonna be anywhere between 2.5 million to 3 million tier 4 per type. That's the goal. Realistically, I'm probably gonna be more around 1.5 million for now. So we got 1,000 stars, 600k gold, 10,000, 260 minutes of, actually 3 of each type. Okay, and then talent reset, some winged boots. So that's just everything in the box, pretty much. You get the whole thing. Okay, I got you. I never understood that when I clicked on it, because I clicked on it and I thought it just like bugged out, but I guess that was actually intentional. Because it flipped. I was like kind of spooked when that happened. I was like, what's going on? Ugh. Anyway. Alright, so let's see here. We need to pull in every you know, actually this is an idea, but I could just do this. So I got 170 admin scrolls, I've got 68 guild scrolls. I could just burn through all of those, and there's probably at least a couple 100,000 there that I could pull from, but I'm gonna probably save that for Guildfest though. That way I've got some to use for Guildfest. I don't know. From what I can tell, I mean, I've got like 2 or 3 mil in some spots there, and that's not bad, but don't exactly have much use in any of it. I think I'll probably use it to upgrade the buildings, to be honest with you. It just makes more sense. I guess while that's, okay, so Duke's gonna give me some more. Cool. Alright, and again, you know, it's like, I don't know, I've drained at least 3 or 4 banks so far in resources. Like, I've been pulling in as much as I can pull in at any given time. I pull as much as I possibly can from as many people as I can. But it's so fucking dumb how much you need. Like, I mean, I literally gave Dan a little over 2 billion food and a couple billion fucking resources and other things. And we used to pull in 400 or 500 mil from other players all the time, so I really wish it was like that nowadays, because it used to be a lot easier to do this shit. Yeah. That would be cool if you can get it. That would be awesome. Yeah, that would be fucking super good if you can get it, that is. Because I'm thinking, I mean, because I've only got, I mean, I've used everything I could possibly use on this account, so it's all production now. Mostly, anyway. Oh, god damn it. Yeah, I mean, there's really not a whole lot I can do. I mean, I can probably pull 2 or 3 million in, but that's it. It's not enough to really notice by any means. Which is fine, I just don't have much need in it. But now that I'm by the hive, maybe they can stash some resources out of me, I don't know. Let's see here. That's another research. That's another labyrinth. Lovely. Oh wait, is the timer still going? Oh no, the timer's still going. Never mind. I got 10 minutes. Oh yeah. I just need like 150 to 200 mils what I need for ore. And I'd be set to keep printing like crazy. Oh, well, there you go. That's always an exciting thing to do, get watcher medals. I'm currently at 27 out of 50 on mine, and I'm just now starting to get him to blue, or at least I'm trying to anyway. And then Chaos, I'm not too far behind on either. I'm trying to get him to green. But, I don't know. It's just a pain to stash the resources. Like, it just is. I've only got Duke right now funding me to a good extent, and I know Shapper's donated most of what he had on his alts and shit, so I've cleared some of those, and I had some of our allies funneled resources, but I guess I could probably talk to them and see if anybody's got anything that I don't know about. There's a good chance that someone may actually have some resources. Oh, what the hell? Well, I don't know. As per usual, my allied chat is just going downhill, like as usual. I don't know. I'll call the allies and see if I can figure out what the fuck everyone's up on. I guess if they call and they pick up the phone, then cool. If not, then I guess we'll just work with whatever we have. Because I don't fucking know what everybody else is doing. And I don't think I'm going to find out anytime soon, so I'll leave my phone on charging. Well, anyway. Oh, hey, what's up, man? How's it going?
I was having fun with a T4 guy this morning.
Ah.
On gem tiles.
Yeah.
He had one of my members' tiles, and I fucking put a full collision with heroes in it, and he hit it and lost the very first one like hell. And then I didn't save that one. But I saved the ones that he sent T4s on, where he lost 11k T4s on the first one, or no, the second one. And
yeah, I saw the reports. I saw that you And apparently they were pissed off because apparently you guys, like, they're like, you guys stole tiles, so we're gonna hit you on tiles that you own. And it's like, what? Why? Where is the logic in that? It's like, I'm hitting you for hitting me. It's like, no, you don't shoot fire with fire, you fucking idiot.
So we rallied him. We had like almost 1.5 million troops, and he went guildless, or he was in one guild. Then he went guildless, and we started a rally when he went guildless.
Yeah.
And then he joined CNM, which is HMO now.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't reinforce him because of my post on their board.
All right. So, Bad, I have a question. I need to pull in a lot of ore. Like, I need about 250 million ore right about now. Where can I pull that from? So, do you know if our other allies would happen to be able to pull from? You know? Because if we can pull in, I'm just fixing to print. I've got about 300 mil on the other ones, and I got about 100 million gold. And the only thing I'm short on is on ore. I've got about 62 million ore, and that's the only thing that I could really use right now. I'm not afraid to give gems for some of it. Obviously, I've only got 30k though, so I can't really necessarily pay the full price of it. But if I've got anybody that can spare, then I will make it up for you at some point, because once a month comes through, I'll have another 100k. So.
Well, I already know that, you know, you'll catch up later with all the resources I've given you so far. I do need some Bravehearts right now. And the only reason why I say that...
Alright, how many do you want? Because if I can get 250 million ore, you have it.
I'm only 3 or 4 away from getting tricksured gold.
3 or 4?
Yeah, 3 or 4 runes.
Okay, well, I can give you 3 or 4.
Well, I don't need 3 or 4 Bravehearts. I only need probably 1 Braveheart, which would give me gold.
No, that works too. I mean, I just need 250 million ore. That's all I need.
I only need 3 runes to make him gold. And then I'm going to work on Tracker next to at least get her to purple.
Right.
Because, I mean, I got Rose Knight. She's like 97 away from being gold. So I figured if I can get Tracker at least to purple, then I can work on my Rose Knight, and then I can work on the Crow.
Right.
Later.
Alright. Alright, hang on a second. I hear my dog, so give me just 1 second. I'll be right back. Hold on. Alright, I'm back.
I got everything out gathering. I got some on ore right now. I only got 46 million sitting in the bank, but I gotta see how much I got in packs. 581. 794. 847. I got 847 million in ore. That's my lowest one out of everything. Otherwise, I got a billion in all the rest of them.
Alright.
Let me see here. How long weight do I have? approximately an hour and a half. Hour and a half.
Alright. I've got till 1, so.
Well, yeah, I got until 1 too, because then I have to go to some physical therapy for my back.
Alright, alrighty.
It's only 11. Well, I got one that's going to be coming in about 10 minutes, but that only leaves me one guy.
Out of curiosity, who can I ask in the allies list as far as resources is concerned?
SDOF.
Alright.
DOF, I know Wheeler Castle's got resources, but he's usually not on until way later tonight.
Alright.
And if you're trying to print now, I'm probably your best option right now. I just sent a message to everybody, whoever has extra ore, send it now. So, I got 7 people sending something, or 7 things coming my way right now, so I don't know. They're all sending ore.
Okay.
So I'll stack up what I can in the next hour here.
Alright.
That'll give me enough time to at least have some guys, so I'll have more to keep sending you.
Right.
Instead of just one and wait. If you can come by me, that'd be great, because I have no relocators.
That's fine. I can pay you a reload to get here.
I used it to fucking go by that gem tile and go back.
Like I said, I can get you there and back.
Yeah. That'll work. Get me there and back, and then a prey fart or 2, that'd work.
Yeah, I can do that.
And then you don't have to really spend any gems to use for resources. But like I said, give me an hour and I'll have enough. I'm trying to save on going into packs. So if I can save, 100 million or, even 50 million going into packs, I will. Wood I don't have a problem with. And these fucking gem goblins. Fuck these gem goblins. See, they fucked this event up bad.
Yeah, it's a bit little.
What they should do, instead of having both goblins come out at the same time, switch it off every 3 hours.
It's an interesting approach. I don't really know if it bothers me any, because honestly, I just see the goblins and then I see the Gemming gremlins, and it's pretty freaking obvious who's gonna go after what pretty early on. And not to say, I really think they need to increase the loot rate on the goblins, because I don't feel like hitting something for only 100k or 600k. Like, if it was a couple million, it'd be worth it, but it's not even an option, so it's like nobody bothers. They're just like, it's just, Alright.
Yeah.
Then the discharge with the locks. And then
And the gym goblins are not like they used to be, where you're only getting up to 500 gems instead of the 1,000 one.
I mean, right now, I don't know about you, but, like, I've been hitting gremlins, and I get, like, sometimes I get 500s. Like, I hit 500 at least 3 times so far in the past day.
HM1? Where the fuck?
Alright.
Another Chinese guild.
You know where I'm at. I'm in 129.
Oh, GSR changed their name too.
Yeah, they did. They're now a sub-guild of CNM.
HM1.
Yep. So they basically merged, and MCQ, or at least some parts of MCQ, merged with us. So that's kind of how the dividing line is going on right now. Like, we're slow. What's happening is now CNM is, like, looking at us and saying you're a threat because we took an MCQ. And they're like, now we need to make a new enemy because MCQ just kind of fell apart. So now they're like, well, shit. So they're going to probably war with us, and if they do, we're going to just bring the alliance back together. We're going to bring our allies in, and we're just going to have a front confrontation, pretty much. What that's going to turn into.
If we can get some MCQ members
pretty
over
good,
us,
Lawson.
that'd be great. Because we're going to be... There's actually number XX is going to actually be WP3, which I can send members from Wolfpack 1 down to them, or to WP2.
Right.
WP2s are like second strongest in Wolfpack.
Right.
And they're almost 1 million mites, so... I mean, I can go through my list, and I mean, I got 94 members right now, but I can go through my list and, like, alright, everybody under fucking 30 million, you're gonna have to go down.
Yeah. I don't know. I just know I'm at about 650k across in tier 4s right now. I'm almost at 1 million tier 4 in infantry right now. I'm approaching it.
Did you see that picture that I sent about the guy that has 10 million T4s across the board?
No, I didn't see that. Who exactly has it?
A buddy of mine in a different kingdom that might be bringing his whole guild over.
Oh, that would be nice.
And they want CNM bad.
Yeah.
They want CNM, GSR, and KY bad.
Oh, that would be cool. Because we'll bring on our allies and shit, and that'll still turn into a real fucking fuckfest for them.
Actually, KY left their kingdom.
Ooh. Really?
And they were at war with each other. And KY left because they couldn't handle the heat.
Oh, that's nice.
I don't know what might their guild is, because I don't exactly, because he kind of hid everything. He just sent me photos of the troops he's got.
Yeah.
And then he sent me photos of, like, the base, like, not the actual base, but all the guilds surrounded the base. There is 10 guilds that have all the way around the base. And not too many are allies or mainly enemies. It's kind of crazy. I still got guys in 145 that are still waiting, trying to get enough squirrels they can to get here. One of the guys is all 400 million.
Have you ever heard of a guild called JOD? It's like a JOD. It's Jungle of Darkness. It's a 2.6 billion mic guild, but they're probably going to be dropping in and helping us out.
Okay.
We've got DFU potentially coming in as well. I don't know entirely on that though, because I haven't heard back from them yet. But if they show up, that's another 6 billion mic guild that we've got coming in as well.
Well, my guys are over in JTT, which is like a 26 billion mic guild.
Alright.
In 145. And basically, he'll bring his whole family, which that is, they're all over 50 million.
Right.
Some are rally traps, some are solo traps.
Good
some
ship.
have T4s, some don't. And I'm sitting right now. I'm sitting just shy of 83 million. So I'm actually building up troops, but like I'm not printing as the other guys in my guild are.
Right.
Basically, I sent, between you and
hey, what's up, Desmond?
and everybody else that I've sent resources to, I've sent over 6 billion resources.
Yeah, you've sent quite a bit as of late, I've noticed.
And that's my guys, some of my guys getting up there. So they can have enough T4s. I'm actually waiting on Dennis to answer me back. Because he did give me Quartermaster. I had it all day yesterday. And then I just realized that I don't have it no more. Somebody else has it in their guild.
Alright.
And that actually helped me out when I had that Quartermaster.
I don't know. I'm excited that I got lore at 25 out of 150, and I got Songstress at a 113 and a 150. I'm getting really, really close to having a Songstress gold. I'm pretty excited about that. Stormfox is almost a purple. And Berserker, I got her at a 10 out of 100. I'm still a long ways from Berserker. And Dreamwitch, the same deal. It's like 60 out of 100. I'm getting there, but I'm closer. I'm getting real close on those.
I'm one rune of getting Watcher. To unlock Watcher, I got nine of the tablets. But I gotta find an easy Watcher event that I can do real quick. I spent a whole bunch of speed ups just to get nine of them. In these last 3 Watcher events that has gone on. Guild Showdown's coming up. Well, I'll be ready for this one. I'll actually have enough troops this time. I'll switch everything to cavalry, my cavalry gear, and run cavalry, straight cavalry.
Yeah. Yeah, no problem, my Desmond.
I mean, I can run straight cavalry, or I just run straight range. My infantry is low less than them. I'm sitting with like 555,000 troops, and I still have a positive upkeep. Like, if I put all my gear on, I can train up to 700k without losing any food.
Alright.
But basically, we proved to the CM Dennis that, hey, your guys leave your guild and actually attack the nap. After he said, oh, my guys don't leave the guild and attack anybody that's in the alliance or a nap. Then I heard what CM Robin did too. You guys. What was the deal with that?
Like, so what are you talking about exactly?
I guess CN Robin attacked you guys.
Yeah, I heard something about it. I don't know enough about it, though, because I wasn't on at the time. I know I read something about it, though, with Duke and Sam and Robin and some shit. I think Robin is still pissed off that I zeroed him. I think that's probably where it's coming from. Because I fucking zeroed him. Like, he had, like, you know, somewhere around 200,000 or 300,000 tier 4s, and then I just fucking cleaned them all out. And he, like, perma-lost, like, 70 million might. I think he's still salty even after that. Like, I really don't think that's changed.
And I don't think he's fully recovered yet.
Yeah, I don't think he'll ever recover, to be quite honest with you. Because if we end up in a war, guess what's probably going to happen to Robin? I'll just clean his ass out again, because I know he doesn't have anywhere what he used to.
Well, I know NFG's been at war with both of them, so they're not... KY and CNM are still trying to heal from that.
Oh, I know.
And I've been keeping contact with Big Donkey.
Yeah.
They will not rejoin the alliance, but if we need their help, they will help.
Yeah. Yeah, they're still salty about us having a nap, especially with us. Like, they're not happy with the fact that we kind of, like, in his own words, I think we went to bed with CNM is how he refers it. So.
Right.
And I get it, you know, he's fucking salty, but I can't help but wonder why he's being racist towards the Chinese for being Chinese, you know? Like, he's putting it in terms like, man, you're siding with Chinese people, and therefore I don't like you. It's like, what, are you fucking racist or some shit? Like, it's not because they're Chinese. It has nothing to do with that. Like, I can understand why you'd hate the guild because of the fact that they hit you, but you don't frame it in such a way that they're just fucking Chinese, and therefore this is why I should hate you. Like, you don't have the fucking balls to have the right to say that. You can't fucking frame everybody that way, or otherwise you're dooming yourself, you know?
I'm actually thinking about joining a monster hunting guild for a month.
Well, I can tell you that the benefits of those guilds are great, but they are also incredibly demanding. Like, you'll burn a lot of energy in those guilds, man. Like, a lot. They're good and lucrative, because the whole goal is to basically profit. Like, everybody's got the same idea, which is to build up and build up and build up and hit as many monsters as they possibly can. But they're so fucking demanding that You know, some of the more extreme ones are like hit fucking 6 fucking level 3s and then hit 6 fucking level 2s or some shit. And you'll wind up spending like 2 or 3 million fucking energy, you know, every week or so. Like, it's within the constraints of fucking impossibility, but, you know.
I figured if I joined one of those guilds for a month, I definitely could be at T4.
Right.
Because I still gotta get the prison up to 25, my altar to 25, and my academy to 25. And I still have 27 researches to do.
Well,
with economy and
if anyone's interested though in terms of giving me resources for shit, like I said, I'll still do trades and shit. It's just right now, obviously I've only got 30k, so for those that come to 129 though and that are interested in that shit, I will give you shit in return. Obviously I still got a couple of weeks until like another 100k, but once I do, I'll start paying for resources again, so just throwing that out there. Yeah. Well, one way I would get to level 60 pretty quick is you can attack players, hit tiles. You can get XP that way. You can send your leaders out gathering, that's another way to get XP that way, but if you want like an enormous amount of XP to get to level 60, then I would probably say if you weren't spamming quests, and the really only general way of getting there is just to hit players. Because you get experience from attacks and shit, so if you kill a lot of troops, you'll get a lot of experience. And that's the easiest way I can see doing it without spamming quests, if you're trying not to add a ton of quest might. That's like the only genuine way of doing it.
Oh no, these guys are fucking fighting over fucking gremlins.
guess we'll figure out what he's... I got one guy from DOF that replied, so we might have somebody from DOF come by and help me out a little bit. But we'll see.
Okay. Find out how much they can give you, and then I'll give you the rest.
Looks like we got Guild Showdown coming up.
Yeah. If they can give you at least 50 million, I'll get the rest.
Alright. Like right now I'm at 76 million ore, so I'm pinching everybody I can for resources, and I try not to pinch too hard, but unfortunately I'm trying to print as many as I can as quick as I can, because the sooner I can print the tier 4s with the speeds, the less I'll feel fucking vulnerable. Because once I've got a couple million, I'll feel pretty fucking safe from anything. I still got a ways to go. Okay.
These guys are fighting over freaking 1 energy.
That's nice. I don't know. I would expect people are gonna fight for gremlins. That's just the nature of this kingdom. Fucking people are gonna bitch when they're like, you know, oh well, that was my fucking gremlin. You know, but there's like a gajillion fucking gremlins on the map, and we've got to bitch about one fucking gremlin on it. You know. No, it's not terribly uncommon though to see everybody flip shit.
It's crazy fighting in the same guild about freaking 1 energy. Are you freaking serious?
what's up? How's it going, Ducks?
Who is, the bomb?
I took care of it already.
Yeah, well, he flat out called me a liar. And now he's accusing me of harassing him. I told him I'm not, but I damn sure can.
I took care of it.
I don't know, Tex. It sounds like to me like you need to harass him more. Then maybe he needs to know what harassment sounds like.
Well, it's over something kind of stupid, but it pissed me off just the same. I'm headed towards Gremlin, and I'm 3/4 of the way there, and he jumps out there and steals it, and I just sent him a simple message. You stole my Gremlin. Do it again, you're out. We don't need to be stealing monsters. I don't care if it is just one energy from our own people. And he come back saying it was bullshit and he didn't steal nothing. I says, I got the photo, I got the screenshot.
Yeah, I got it too now. I told him it's not a big deal. He said if you want the gold, he'll send you the gold for it. So if that's what you want the gold for it, then I'll have him send it to you.
No, a simple apology would have been suffice. I mean, accidents happen, but I mean, he's being belligerent about it. He's being an asshole.
Yeah.
And I'm not in the mood for it. All right, so now that I interrupt your little meeting with my little bullshit, what's going on?
I'm printing troops in a bit, so I'm trying to pull in as much as I can.
Okay. I thought it was a purposeful phone call.
No, he's trying to get resources.
I can't see.
What was going on this morning?
Well, it cost him more than he got off that tile.
Well, I'm glad it did because it cost him from hitting me too.
I know, that's what I'm saying. And then, see, I talked to Dennis a while back and told him that what his players are doing, and he denied it. And I sent him a message. Well, you saw the message, and then he replied today. So hold on just a second, guys. I couldn't see you're in the shadows. And over there, they tell me to go to number 1. So.
No, you get 168.
Sounds like a winner. All right. Now I'm getting loaded right now.
Yeah.
What's the purpose of them changing their name again?
So they can show power. So they can be fucking, welfare guys.
Okay, I'm not catching the logic on that.
Well, HMO is basically welfare.
No, HMO is not a welfare, it's an insurance plan.
Well, they
I
also
heard
got
that was a
HMO
plan,
for,
actually.
And I pretty much guarantee that half of them don't know what the hell the HMO is for the healthcare.
Right. So basically, I know that CM Dennis messaged you a while back saying that his guys don't leave the guild, blah, blah, blah. I've proven it time and time again on their board, even when you posted that a while back to them.
Yeah.
And I'll continue to prove it every single time.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Hey, you gotta at least give him credit. He did respond with a cordial response.
Right.
I mean, so I gotta give Dennis credit on that. Because as we all know, we can't control what everybody does.
Right, but now they're well aware of what his players are actually doing.
Exactly. Yeah. Now he's admitting it.
And that, you know, he's going to start probably taking cautious precautions for it, because eventually we're just going to say, fuck it, we're just going to go after them.
Yeah. I wish we could have gotten a hit on that guy. I started to go ahead and just hit him, but I figured I'd end up setting myself up for a loss, and I just hit 200 million. Even that little skirmish with him put me down to 199. That upset me.
You know, regardless of him, we probably all would have just poured it over there and solo him then, instead of the rally, because he wanted to run like a little pansy.
No, I don't blame him. We would have done the same thing. Ungilded, having a rally coming in, hell yeah, we're going to run away.
Oh, yeah.
Especially when you got almost 400 million mics standing there right there waiting for him.
Yeah.
No, we did it the right way. We let him know we were... He knew he had the option of getting out of it, and he did. He did the right thing. But he also knows that we're not going to fuck with him.
Or we're not going to sit back and let him continue to do it.
Yeah.
Well, let me go back to
And that's what I basically told Dennis. I told him that, you know, I lost a lot of resources by him hitting these tiles at me. And that we're not going to sit back and just let this happen. I mean, we will have to fight that individual.
Yeah.
I said, if you guys reinforce them, that's fine and dandy, but, you know, then you guys are being going to be targeted too, whoever reinforces that person. That person did an act and should take up responsibility for it.
Yeah, well, we were not able, or we can't go and start a rally with them in the other guild.
Right.
He was ungilded. He's open game. Even with the other guild that he was with, we don't have an agreement with them.
Right.
And
even that he switched guilds back to the guild that we're not supposed to hit.
yeah, but the rally was
The rally
already
was
started.
Yes. And you see that nobody reinforced him.
Yeah. Well, they all knew he was too far out for us to hit him.
And he's lucky I didn't have carpets, because I would have carpeted that damn rally. I was actually in the process of buying carpets for
If we could have gotten, if LMS was on, then we could have had them poured out right next to him and try to force him to jump.
yeah.
So.
That's why I tried to get everybody I possibly could.
I guess I ought to get on ABRD. I ain't been on it in 2 days.
Yeah, before you get kicked.
Yeah.
Oh, our little buddy is around.
Yeah.
His coordinates gain.
Which little buddy?
Gain from SVP, and he's got a little WP leader. Oh, now he's definitely going to be in trouble.
Where's he at?
I just posted his coordinates.
All right.
354, 536. And he's got 3 gem load tiles he's gathering right by him.
Okay. On it. As my song goes, here I come to save the day.
Otherwise, I got enough just to port right next to him. I won't be able to go back, but I got enough to port next to him. Oh, there you go. He's got 2 gem tiles right behind you too, so. He hit everything. Catch this castle, catch this castle. Troops coming from.
Oh, man.
Who is this HMI? HM1.
HM1, HM0 is CNM and GSR. HM1 is GSR, HM0 is CNM.
You can return your camp, you know.
I realized that was camped.
Yeah, he finished the gem tile. Just finished it right before you got there.
Well, we're getting pretty close on resources. Things are getting pretty, 353 million stone, 461 million timber, 214 million ore, 100 million gold. That should get me going. I'll be able to print a couple troops anyway.
Well, like I said, whatever ore you need, just let me know.
Yeah.
Whatever's left over that you need it.
Yep. I know we still need about 150 mil, but we'll see how much the remainder sends.
Oh, I'm gonna need only about 16 minutes, and then I'll have 3 guys.
One more than I prayed to you, and you had to deliver 1,000, and I offer you free. The offer still holds until you leave the kingdom. These guys are humorous.
They think we're gonna leave the kingdom. They're lucky because I ported right next to their bank, and I just had the collision, and their bank freaking healed. They're lucky.
Well, I don't know where these troops are incoming to them. Kind of what I'm waiting for.
I'm looking. They must be coming from a long ways away.
Yeah, because I went out 150 miles and didn't see them, so.
And I'm over 200 right now.
You got 2 volunteers, okay?
260 and I still don't see them. Almost 300 miles and I still didn't see them.
Oh, he must have a little bit of inside information. Grain to Sand continues to work its corrosion, already revolt rumbling in your submitted clans. I haven't even replied to him. He just keeps sending shit.
Yeah.
Well, at least he's telling you, not me. He won't message me anymore because I told him to fuck off.
Okay.
Yeah, this guy's an idiot. Grade A.
Yeah, I even proposed the offer to him. I said, I will take your whole guild by myself. You guys can rally me, whatever you guys want to do, but I'll take your whole guild myself. I said I will go guildless, and we can rumble. And he won't do it.
You wonder why?
This is your spine. These are your hips. This is your shoulder blades, your hip bones.
Well, I wouldn't. Well, if I was his might and 31 guild members, yeah, I would do it.
I don't know what's going on with Squishy. I talked to her last night, and she was open for the idea of merging with Wolfpack 1. Taking everything from 30 million and above and moving them to us. And then everything 30 million and below for us, moving over to her guild.
And keep doing that.
But then she decided she was going to jump out of the chat, so I don't know what her deal is.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Hey, Dakota, there's something that an idea that I had for KVK.
What do you have in mind?
If we're going to be helping C&M, and they're wanting to see some loyalty from the smaller guilds that are not big enough to fight, if we get each guild to send their bank to C&M or MLS or Wolfpack, whoever's the lead attacker, send their bank there to where they can submit resources when needed. They must have a minimum of 50 million resources per resource, but they don't have to give over 100 million resources per resource. Because if we have one or two banks in there trying to heal 80 people, that's kind of difficult. But if we can have 10 banks in there, it'll make it a lot faster and a lot stronger.
Also, my brother had a good idea, which I kind of agree with him.
That's scary.
During the daytime, they should give up the base or whatever forts that they have to us, MLS or WP, so we can protect them. And then when they're on at night, they take over.
Yeah.
Right.
And if it's just kingdom versus kingdom one-on-one, then we hold our base and we take their base.
Yeah, and that's the plan, but it's always harder to go into the other kingdom and take a fort or take a base because they have the majority of their guilds there.
Yeah.
26 seconds, 25,
Nice gear,
24,
man. I see you've got kind of an inch cav range kind of set up there. You're doing basically the same thing I'm doing.
18, 17, 16. I don't know how long it takes you to
Not
get there.
bad, though. Not bad.
12 seconds, 11.
It's the same idea,
10,
except you got that Frost and Greatsword, which isn't bad. Good shit, though. Long term, though, you'll probably want to... I don't know about you guys, but I'm not gonna help Gold still. That's on him. I'm not gonna help him on that
3K.
one. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know what possessed him to hit Confucius, so that's on him. Like, I'm not... If you hit the wrong thing, can't help
He
you.
only lost 75,000 might.
But no, in all seriousness, though. But yeah. But yeah, it's a good set. I would say long term though, you'll probably wanna at some point you'll have to keep increasing the tier of the jewels that are in the set, but long term you'll probably wanna like what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull that out and I'm probably gonna put in a legendary
a bunch of T4s, we need the T4s
blight ring
to
or put in
rally the
a
base
umbricial
back.
cup.
So if we can load it up full of T1s or T3s, fine and dandy.
Yeah, well, like I said the other night, I mean, the first thing you look at when you scout a base or
Is how many troops?
yeah, you don't look to see. The first thing you look at how many troops are there. If you see 2.5 million troops in there, you're going to automatically say, okay, we can or can't do this. Then you look to see, after you make that decision, then you look to see what the troop count is. So it could be 2.5 million T1s. And just seeing that 2.5 million may be enough of a deterrent to say, all right, no, we don't want to do that. And if they do a rally and it looks like a serious one, we can always pull out the lower ones and reinforce them with the bigger ones. But that allows us the extra troops to go and fight with the forts. He must be sleeping. I haven't got my message from him yet.
Oh, he'll be around again. He'll be around again. He'll take our low WP's leader, and I'll find him again.
I broke both of them like
Yeah.
that. I broke both of them like that. So when that doesn't yield, again.
And you know they have a nap with Wheeler Castles, which
that's their problem.
And they're at war with any WP followers. Oh, they dropped down to 22 players.
Where's that one? Yep. Put it on a pacifier. Where is that? Yeah. Baby burrito.
Yeah, I like them.
Dakota, I'll be ready in approximately 10 minutes or so.
There's my message. You even had 2 dead on your last attack. Is that her? You are a loser.
Oh, alright.
Yeah, my 2 dead, his 7,500 wounded.
What are you doing so fluffy? Remember that I have to get you some socks.
Yeah, I had 1 wounded and 2 dead. He had 7,700 wounded. And he's claiming victory.
Not very smart.
Alright, I got enough resources for him to revive 2 troops.
Alright, guys. I got 450 million ore, 463 million timber. So, do you guys have any stone by some... Oh, wait. Shit. Alright. You wouldn't happen to have any stone by chance, would you?
Who, me?
Yeah.
How much?
I don't know. How much do you have?
Well, I got 45 million sitting on me, but I got over a billion in packs.
Alright, well, I've currently got 450 million ore, 460 million timber, and 350 million stone. So I'm thinking, what if I just bring it up to 500 mil across? So I had 50 million timber, 50 million ore, and then 150 million stone. Do you think you could pull that off? Then in return, I'll throw over the resources. And, you know, I'll use that for troops, and then in return I can give you whatever you need.
Yeah, I guess you could throw some speed ups my way, but you're going to be using those for printing.
Yeah, because I'm going to be printing quite a bit here pretty soon. I've only got 100 million gold, so, I mean, obviously I could always use gold, but I don't expect anybody to hand that over to me. But that's probably the only limitation for me right now, is I've only got 100 mil, and I could probably use gold, but I'm not too worried about it.
Why don't you start printing what you can right now?
Alright.
And as soon as I get my troops back, I will leave my guild, join your guild.
Alright.
And we'll go from there.
Alright.
Because then you can actually have an actual number what you need. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you.
Because if I don't have to send extra things, then it'd be beneficial for me. I don't have to open so many packs.
I got the one that's in between.
Wood, I don't have a problem with. I wouldn't have to open no packs for that.
Right.
Gold, I got 52 million sitting on me. 54 million ore and 46 million stone sitting on me.
Do we even have a farming area anymore, or guild, or anything that we can farm? Just this part.
Yes. You want quartz?
Sure, why not?
Just the box itself is $35 brand new. I bought a.
That's the wrong one.
I'm gonna get some good cloth.
I do have another
I'm not kidding.
one that's in between.
Boom. There's those guys.
Oh, look at this shit. I told them, don't stick any stickers on things. Where am I finding stickers?
Up your butt, around the corner.
No,
There's
on my couch.
those guys.
You know, Mama, keep it up here for it. I know you will.
You already know where SGU is.
Yeah, I'm
You want to take her to school so I can run and get a new ID, or
There's those guys.
that work?
But the one that you most probably definitely want to hit.
I gotta get a new driver's license.
Where do I have them?
Drop them off by the hospital. Just get in and get them and I'm going back. I still gotta take them to the bank and stuff.
Well, yeah, you might as well take them that way.
Oh, here they are.
I know.
So,
Okay. Let's see if they're unshielded. Oh, yes, they are. Here.
hold on. Let me,
HKG, all the guys that are surrounded, that shielded guy that's 200 million,
yeah.
they all are loaded with resources. I farm those guys on a daily basis. I haven't today yet.
Alright.
But then you got
And then if you go up more, actually there's,
switching is like
Changing your address. That was.
yeah, he's got to transfer his license.
alright, all the other ones that I farm are shielded. So that corner right there is. And then there's some Castle 17s and 18s not far away. You scroll up.
Print them off a new license, and if anything, you'll get it
From there?
in the mail that.
Yeah, hold on a second. I'm trying to do something.
Oh.
70.
Purchase your goods or feed tickets or anything like that. No, that's nothing to do with it.
Alright, Tex, I'm going to be leaving the guild. Dakota, I'm joining MLS.
Alright.
He was trying to get Wisconsin license in New Jersey and left because he had, I'd probably say fine.
I mean, yeah, I had to get for like fucking 10 years ago.
Okay.
I'm glad ABRD's right there. I don't have to
Why, sir?
go search for MLS. Alright, there you are. Alright, outport right where that hole is. Oh, lucky I have. That is 2 in. Let go for that challenge. What the fuck is he talking about?
Yeah, ignore it. The guy beside you called I am Groot hit Confucius, and Confucius is the Alta Duke. And so I told Groot, you're on your fucking own. You've just fucking opened a can of worms. It's on you. Right now they're like, we're gonna fucking kick you out and rally your ass out. And he's like, fucking come at me. And I'm like, okay, good luck. I'm not even gonna fucking fight you. Because you're on your fucking own there, man. You're gonna get fucking hit. You're fucking asking to get hit.
Right?
Yeah, I'm not even gonna guard your ass. Like, you are on your fucking own, you know, like.
How much might is he?
He's right beside you. He's only 78 mil, but he's apparently got 3 million tier 3 on him, which, I mean, like I said, he gives me resources, and I don't really care, you know, but obviously I can't, like I said, there he goes, he got kicked. I can tell you right now, they're gonna flip shit on him. And it's past, you know, it's not my fucking place to say where, you know, because, like, I mean, he practically fucking asked for it, so. He was given a chance to back out. All he had to do was give 7 million stone, and he chose not to, so I can't do nothing for him, you know, like, yeah, it's on him.
7 million stone, that's all he had to give?
Yeah, because that's what he took off Confucius. And instead he fucking decided that he wanted to fucking piss off my fucking leadership. That's not a good idea. Like, even though I'm a war commander, that doesn't mean I can do shit for you. Oh, and he popped a shield. Oh, believe me, that ain't gonna last. I mean, that ain't even gonna begin to fly. I can tell you right now, it's not going to. But I don't know. I'm sure he's probably had his fair share of that shit. But like I said, you know, I'm pissed off the wrong people. So.
Well, you can't rally him, Duke. He's fucking shielded. What are you thinking?
Well, that's what he means, though. Like, Duke has got a vengeance. He's gonna want him fucking zeroed now. No, but, oh well.
You have 50 million stone so far.
Alright, I'm at 400 mil now is what I'm at. On stone.
I'm sending, ore right now. What I have not opened. And I'll send you the gold that I have not open. I'm sending Dakota resources. Well, he's printing troops right now. I'm just only sending him 50 million stone, 50 million ore, and 50 million gold for now until he knows exactly how much more he needs.
Yeah, the only thing I'm gonna need pretty soon is I'll need food too eventually, but I'm not too worried about that from you. I'm gonna bother the rest of my guild for food. That's my plan. But that'll be a factor pretty damn soon. Because now that I got about 400 mil and the other resources, I'm gonna need about the same amount in food. which is always pricey.
You see the size that Collie has in her room?
Oh, what the fuck?
It's bigger than that.
How the hell did that happen?
But how can we get out of the garage if we can't get in the garage?
I can get through that door in the garage.
Yeah, because you'll have to help them carry it out.
I can open the other side of the garage, I just don't like to.
I fucking clicked you and it sent me all the way across the map.
What?
We use snow pants, or put them on. Don't matter.
Nina, come here. There's your sister, and they can see you.
Alright, boys, you need to finish getting ready.
I am, brother man. You dropped your pacifier. Oh, there's a woman. She's showing the baby. David, there's your niece.
Oh, she don't. I'm glad she doesn't have that shit on her no more.
Yeah, I'm glad that you don't have that IV in her head.
Alright, I'm sending you all the gold I have on me.
You doing the 24-hour care? Doing the 24-hour care now? Well, that's what they require you to do before that she's discharged.
I love you, I miss you, Mommy.
From what I was told.
I want to say love back and miss you to everyone. I miss you, everyone.
And who is that guy anyways? Is he from MLS or what?
Oh no.
Or is he from MCQ or something?
I am ready. You just throw my shoes on.
I gotta get dressed still.
Bye, everyone.
Your lights
I
on.
love you.
Bye, everyone. I love you, everyone.
I love you both.
I love you, Mommy.
And I'll see you when you get back. Or I'll call you tonight. After work. I'll text you first, but
Love you,
I
Ellen.
can't take the Facebook as long.
Love you, Johnny. Love you, too, Mom.
Oh, he hit WP?
Yeah, he had Confucius is what he did, which was a guild. He was someone in the, technically under Wolfpack. That's why he's fucking out now, because if he's not gonna fucking,
Got up around like 9:30 now.
I had 2 million tier 3 troops, but I was zeroed. Look at my YouTube channel. Oh, okay. They're good.
Alright, I'm sending you all the food I have on me too.
Alright.
So, it basically you just got like 200 million resources from me.
Now I heard you. Oh, gee, my
Alright.
You don't have to read them. Everybody knows. I love you. Alright.
No.
I was about
Alright, let's see here.
Oh, I forgot what I was gonna say. I was gonna be like on my phone number so I could yell it out to dinner or something. I was so very. What?
No, Lily was here. It was like. I just didn't go get that. What's the matter? Are you ready to go, David? I got you to the banking stuff. You might just drop them now. You might go on there and ask them back.
I'm not squat for resources.
What's that?
I'm not getting squat for resources.
None of these issues,
What
please.
do you mean you're not getting squat for resources?
I'm attacking all these guys. I'm not getting anything.
Must be fucking being smart.
Or they've already been tagged.
Yeah.
That's possible.
I haven't even gotten a. They might be. Well, I haven't even gotten a prisoner.
Yeah, they've been attacked daily, I guess, multiple times a day. I haven't seen them been hit.
I have seen them being hit from a couple different people. Okay.
Daddy.
Where did you rip them?
Right through there.
How did you do that?
Bye, Daddy.
Love you, girls. I love you.
Love you.
Oh, he hit Duke's ult?
Yeah, that's the problem. I looked at him funny, like, was he? Are you fucking nuts? He's just like, I'm good. I'm like, it's on you then. Like, I can't help you. Sorry. Like, you're fucking with the guild leader. I'm not gonna fucking tell him no. Like, that's above me, dum-dum. Like, I can't fucking tell my guild leader fuck off. That's not how that works. Like, I could tell certain people fuck off and maybe get away with it, but you know, you're fucking,
Yeah,
you're talking to guild leadership, you fucking idiot.
He hit the wrong kill, especially when it's on your guys' board that WP is allies.
You know, at first it was, you know, I was just like, oh, it's just a misunderstanding, you know, just apologize and say that you won't do it again and you'll be okay. And then, you know, and then he refuses to do that, and then it's like, okay, then I guess you're fucking screwed. Sorry. Like,
Resources.
anyway.
You know, send their fucking resources back, and I just told them to let them in, and so I could fucking snap out on them. Like, does he even know who I am actually?
Probably not.
Good time, Oscar.
Actually, I'm using Nox Stat Force.
Alright, if you need more than what I have provided, let me know.
Yeah, I'm already out of food, so. But if I need any. Yeah, I'm burning that food like wildfire, man. The food need will be endless. Like, I'll probably need food for fucking ages. Because I'm gonna burn through a lot of it.
Duke sending you food too?
Yeah. Look, yeah, anybody that can send it, I'll fucking take it, man.
I just opened 26 million.
I'm probably gonna need a little over 300 or 400 million. Yeah, Master Kane, he departed from our guild a long time ago due to family matters and shit. I don't know where he's been, though, as of late. Always kind of wondered where he went. There's probably going to be a day when he shows back up, but I don't know when.
Shapper actually might come join WP for a little while. I'm waiting on him to answer me though.
Well, I guess if MLS won't send us their best, I guess we can take him.
Well, Shapper just wants to get away from all the BS for a little while.
Yeah, it's a joke.
To be honest with you, he probably joins you just so he has an excuse to hit people, to be quite honest with you. He just wants to hit things.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna be going on the road, so I'll still be on. But I won't be on this phone call.
Alright.
I'll stay guild and let me know what the fuck. Just let me know what else you need.
Yeah, the only thing I need now is food. An endless supply of it. So.
Well.
That's all I'll be asking for now until the next 400 mil runs out.
Oh, I'll hold back, and if Duke runs out, then I'll have food.
All right.
Cause
he's going ahead and I'll break open T4s on Texas. I guess.
You do that. And start printing massively.
I've got a few days.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna get off the phone call. I'll still be in the chatting MLS.
Alrighty.
Alright.
Alright, I'll talk to you guys.
Alright.
Alright, bye.
Yep, see ya. Well, I guess that's the end of that conversation with them. But I don't know, guys. You know, it's just at this point, it's like 33, 33, 33. Well, the general rule of thumb with traps is you want to keep your shit even. Everyone likes to argue over what exactly you use for a buffer, but usually, like, what I see people doing is they'll usually have a T1 front line, and then they'll have whatever highest tier amount they can in the top. And you can go any one way with it. You can either go, you know, a million, or 5 million, or 10 million, or something. Or you can do, you know, 5, 5, 5 in terms of, you know, 500k across, you know, per type. I mean, there's not really exactly a mythology to what is best. But because, you know, there are some people that'll do like, you know, a million, and then they'll do like 600 or 700k tier 2s, and then they'll do 1.5 million tier 3. But it really depends on what you're trying to eat. You know, if you're trying to eat a tier 4 attack, you know, I know for a fact that, you know, if you put in like 600,000 or 700,000 tier 3s, and then you put 1 million tier 1s across, I know that'll eat it no problem. You can probably do it as low as 300k across and still eat it at 1 million tier 1s across. But where you'll definitely run into problems is if your gear and stats aren't up to par. You know, but, you know, hey, well, for what it's worth, you know, if, I would say, though, if it was me, anyway, like, you can manage with doing, like, 6, maybe 7 million archers, and then do, like, a couple of tier 3s across. Because usually, if you go into range phalanx, then what'll happen is your range frontline will always get hit. And most of the time, you don't need to go in any other formation anyway. So you can just keep it range phalanx and you're fine. Because most of the time, traps don't need to worry about it. The only reason why you would ever want like 1 million across in 3 types is if you want to be able to switch phalanxes. So, you know, some people, they'll have like 1 million per type. But the only logical reasoning behind that, as far as I understand, is just so that if, let's suppose, I wanted to go from, oh, I want to be range phalanx, now I want to be cav, you can make that decision now because you've got the tier 1s. But most of the time, the people that like to trap will do it in range phalanx, or in phalanx, or whatever version of it. Personally, I like the idea of having a ton of grunts, because grunts have a really high capacity rate, and so that comes in handy if you're trying to clear out banks and such. Archers are okay because they kind of sit up on top of the wall during an attack, so I can see a reasoning behind why you would want a lot of range versus having a lot of grunts. Now, obviously, they do drop morale, but should you have enough tier 3 and tier 4 or whatever you might have for the back line, that's really what carries it. And the front line's just so that you end up having a one-way heal, because the nice part of having tier 1s is that it's an auto heal, meaning that as long as you have the resources, you can instantly heal them regardless of how many you have. And so that's kind of the mythology behind what traps are doing. But that gives you at least some kind of idea of like how that works exactly. But I mean, obviously everybody out there's got like their own ideal strategy, you know. Yeah, but obviously, alright. Anyway. Yeah, no problem, man. Like I said, I mean, I mean, it really does depend on the type of trapping, though. I mean, that's just like a default trap, you know. I mean, basic traps don't even need, like, it depends on what, I mean, that's if you wanted to eat it all on your own, you know. And if you were somebody that just wanted to do it on your own without, reinforcements, then that's what you would want. Now, but, you know, obviously, you know, if you were just like a normal trap account, you know, like a reinforcement trap, then all you really need then is, I think it's like, as long as you got like in the upwards of like in about 650k tier 1s, As long as you get 1,000,000 reinforcements of tier 3, you're fine. That's the reverse type of trapping, where instead of having the tier 3s, you have your guild reinforce you with the tier 3s, and that works fine too. It works about the same way, really. It's not really any different. It's just that if they get through your 1,000,000 tier 3, then you'll be in trouble. That often happens, especially if you're getting hit by somebody that sends like tier 4s and 250k stacks like 3 or 4 times in a row. Which is why a lot of the time, if you're going to be a solo trap, you're going to want a pretty good amount of tier 3s in there. And not to say that you can't do it, it's just really hard to do without running out. I mean, oftentimes the issue will not even persist in the fact that like the resources won't be an issue. It'll actually end up being the actual sheer amount of attacks and repair cost that will really become a factor in trapping. Most people don't realize, but if you don't have enough backed resources to cover like 100 mil, you will burn through that fairly quickly. In fact, I've done it enough times to say that it's significantly more expensive than people realize. I once burned like close to like 300 or 400 million timber out of bags while I was fighting M44 because I just kept sitting there eating up their attacks as they kept sending them. And I was taking hits from not 1 but 2 Billiamite players with an army attack boost, and I was eating their attacks back to back, and I could keep doing it, and they lost a ton of tier 4 doing it. But it just ran out at some point. Like you just couldn't keep up with it, you know, and eventually there's just so much you can do that eventually you will be limited to just how many resources you have. So that's not something most people talk about when they trap, but that is a factor that you got to be really considerate of, which is why you never want to get Fury. Because if you get Fury, then you're really in a mess, because then you either have to continuously heal or you just capitulate. Eventually you'll fold, because they'll rally you or they'll do whatever they can to just completely clear you out, which doesn't make it easy. But, you know, obviously, you know, there's only so much you can do. Anyway. I'll pop a day and then we'll let that sit there for an 8-hour timer. Alrighty. Well, anyway. So we're down to 294 million might. It's a good chunk of might. We're at 915,000 heroic fighters. So we're almost at 1,000,000. We're approaching 1,000,000. We still got tons of speeds. So we're still in the range. Can still keep building, which is pretty cool. But anyway. So yeah, we burned, it looked like almost 90 million-ish timber, it looks like. Looks like I'll need timber and gold, especially gold though, but we did have like, what, 133 million gold, so we burned about 50 million gold in that one sitting. So we burned like 100 million of the resources and about half that in gold, which is easy to remember. But now we know. Now obviously I won't be on until later today, guys, so we'll probably talk more about all that jazz. But again, you know, I'll just keep printing troops and shit. Yeah, I don't even know, Master. I don't even know what Noda's talking about anymore. It's just fucking awkward. It's like, why? God, why? Just why? Anyway. But yeah, for what it's worth, I'm thinking that once everything gets put together, though, obviously, you know, I had 25, like, what, 20, 30K some gyms, and now I'm down to 13. You know, obviously, I mean, I try to pay people out resources and gyms and shit, or not resources, but gems, speeds and shit like that. And I'm still bringing in people, so if anybody wants to come into 129 and is interested in this kind of shit, then you can always come to this kingdom, and I'll probably give you gems in return. Because right now I'm just taking whatever I can get. Obviously, here in a month or two, I'll probably be paying out larger sums of gems pretty soon. Here in a couple weeks. So if anyone's interested in that, then feel free to, you know, bug me about it. Because again, 129 right now, it's looking a lot like to me like we're probably, I don't know, we're probably a few months out, but I'm saying in a couple weeks, there's a good chance we're probably going to have some wars coming up. Because you guys probably know KVK is coming up, but we're probably going to have an inter-kingdom war going on in my kingdom, and it's probably, if anyone's interested in a war kingdom, there's a good chance that we're probably going to have some war going on in my kingdom. Now how soon, I don't know, but I'm just saying that because of the current politics of the guilds right now, it's kind of going here nor there in terms of what I can currently despise. But for a tip for the day, if you guys are interested in actually improving your accounts, and again, I think some people were asking about this earlier, which was like, you know, how do I improve my might? How do I grow faster? Especially when you're only like 200,000 or 300,000 might. I got to thinking about it, and I thought about it long enough to tell you that, you know, if I was to really improve like might over time, it's probably to go into your buildings and actually get these going as quick as you possibly can. And the reason why I say that is because if you have an excess amount of resources, because like right now I'm getting about 700, and then when I'm not in spec, you know, 514 there, but I'm basically getting about 700,000 across. I could see a person probably getting a good chunk of XP from actually going after these buildings and getting them actually maxed out as soon as they can. Because if you think about it, right, when you're only like 600,000 or 700,000, a lot of the problems that people have at that might is not really so much whether they're, you know, they're able to actually build up in terms of time because of speeds and shit. It oftentimes is actually due to the fact that you probably need to be in a guild. Like, for example, my guild, you know, we have a majority of the guild is, you know, we're all tied. We have a good number of allies, but we've mostly got people in the guild that are active. We're going after monsters, you know, and those are things that, like, collectively in a guild, that will help your account grow pretty considerably, a lot faster than, say, like others. Like, let's suppose, like, if you had everyone in your guild going after level 1s and level 2s as a group, and you start killing those a lot faster, and you get to a point where, like, you know, so, like, if you know, go into your research, for example, and you take those buildings that you've been upgrading and start using those excess amounts of resources you get, instead of using your bagged resources and just using the resources you get over time, you can then go into things like the monster hunting tree and actually work your way down this tree so that you can start getting those monsters every day, and then you can give your guild like an enormous amount of gifts. Which then I would say as soon as you've done that is you could probably then just go down the familiar tree and start maxing that out. Because I think if you're somebody that's just now starting the game, I really think there's a lot of value in both the monster hunting tree and the familiar tree in terms of what you get out of it. Because like if let's suppose a certain person has like Evil Weevil right from the start of the game, from now till when I get, you know, when you play as long as I have, I think you'll have a very better chance at having like overpowered shit by the time you're where I'm at. Like, I really think the guy that gets like takes advantage of familiars early on is going to see a recent spike in how well they do long term. You know, because I think if you get access to, say, like Aquarius, for example, or Tempestite, or even like Bonehead, for example, to get down in the Coliseum, I really do think that that's going to help you out long term compared to the people that didn't have this before. Like, I really see a lot of opportunities for the guy that gets into it early on. Because I can imagine if somebody was only like 20 million might, but early on, already has, you know, well, all the way down into the, you know, like into the tree where they're like already kind of down to where they can, you know, they can build packs and they already have their monsters mostly to Elder and shit like that very early on. Like, I really think that guy's going to have a better time because, like, Harpy, for example, is VIP points, and that's not something to brag about, you know, in terms of VIP, because you know VIP is expensive. But imagine if, like, if I had started this game at VIP 3, right? 5,000 randomly is enough to get you to like fucking 5 or 6 almost early on. Can you imagine how fast that would get you to like VIP 8 or 9? Like, for the guy that's starting this game as a free-to-play, that is an enormous benefit because I mean, I could see a guy like that, he can, very early on, he could probably spend probably half as many logins as I did to get to VIP 13. And not only will he get access to all these benefits early on, but I mean, imagine the amount of time he's saving in acceleration and all the production boosts that he'd be getting in such a short period of time compared to the guy that didn't. Like, that's just my 2 cents on that, and that's really, if you want my advice for the day, that is the advice that I have to give. Because I really think an account that starts out doing that early on is going to have a really good chance. Especially if they get, like, even like Trickster or Jim and Gremlin. Like, if you get those guys maxed out right from the get-go, I really do think somebody's going to have a noticeable impact. Like, I think the moment I get him to to Elder, I mean, even a day or 3 days of that that'll be noticeable for a free-to-play. Because if you get 300 or 400 gems every now and then, that is going to be noticeable. Especially Trickstar. Like, I love Trickstar for the randoms. Because you never know. You might get like 10,000 stars. And when you start going into the Labyrinth with like 100k as a free-to-play, you're going to be pretty fucking overpowered, I have a funny feeling. Because you'll probably wind up winning Labyrinth long term. But that's just me. You know? But needless to say, though, that is pretty much it for the stream, though, so I do have to leave. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time.